Alright, hey there everyone, it's New Year's Eve and welcome to the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast video, Weather for Weather Geeks. We're getting set to wind down 2019 and head into 2020 here in just a matter of hours. And before we get to the forecast for the next few days, and actually the entire month of January, let's do a little review of today and the year as a whole. Today, when we talk about conditions are going to be changeable, they're going to be variable. This is the kind of day that we're talking about, where things will be okay, and then all of a sudden a snow shower or a squall comes through, the visibility drops, the ground gets whitened, things improve for a little while, then it happens again, and then you get the idea. It just sort of cycles like that, and that's the kind of day we had today. And when the snow came down hard enough, it was able to overcome some marginal road temperatures and air temperatures. What I mean by marginal, basically temperatures on the ground and in the air were just a little above freezing a lot of the day today. The snow could stick if it came down hard enough, but if it came down too lightly, then it had a hard time sticking on a lot of surfaces, especially paved surfaces. But if the snow got intense enough, then it did its magic without too much of a problem. Unfortunately, we did have some road issues, as you would expect on a day like this. Lots of reports of accidents throughout the region this afternoon. The last of the snow shower activity as of 7/18 is moving down through Beaver County, southern Columbiana County as well. This is the last band that has any potential of dropping any minor accumulations. For the rest of us, from here on out, it is just spotty flurries as we head through the night tonight. Accumulations locally anywhere from a half an inch to an inch, inch and a half in some spots. Some places might have gotten 2. We have no official reports relayed by the Weather Service in our area. Up in Crawford County, though, 3 inches in a few spots up there. Ashtabula County did pretty well with 2 or 3 inches. You get the idea. Amounts were a little bit higher, as you would expect, off to the north with a little lake enhancement. All right, the numbers are in now for the month of December. 7.9 inches, the official tally at the Youngstown Warren Airport. That's a pretty paltry number for December. We averaged closer to 15 inches in December, so we were well below the average. We did pick up 1.2 since midnight last night at the Youngstown Warren Airport. You know, we just had a couple of nickel and dime events. We really did not have any sort of a significant snow event this month. It was all generally under a couple of inches in any one calendar day, at least in terms of the numbers at the airport. As far as temperatures go, no surprise, warm December. Since Christmas, we have been above the average. And actually, this box is marked wrong. That 38 is above average on the 24th. So actually, since the 21st of December, we've been warmer than average. 10 straight warmer than average days to round out the month after a chilly period here in the middle of the month. But yeah, 5.1 warmer than average, almost a reversal of the kind of departure from average we saw in November. November was about 5.5 degrees colder than average, and then we kind of made up for that this month. All right, since it is the end of the year, and don't forget you can check out more end of the year weather stories, some statistics on my weather blog, ericwfmj.com. I put up a post last night with all sorts of interesting things, our top weather stories this year, and lots of stuff that Weather Geeks will be into. Here's a few more things that I did not include last night. Annual temperatures. So we've now had 5 consecutive warmer than average years after a couple of cooler years in 2013 and 2014. Those were really an exception, though. This decade, which we're getting set to end here in a matter of hours, has been very, very warm. 8 out of 10 years have been warmer than average, some by a lot, including 2012, one of the warmest years on record. I think seventh warmest year on record in 2012, and we've been in the top 20 over the last few years as well. So yeah, the trend has definitely been warmer. It's also been wetter as far as trends go. We were wetter than average yet again this year, just about an inch shy of last year's precipitation totals. Now this includes all liquid precipitation and melted down snow as well. So it was about 50 inches worth of total precipitation over the last couple of years. Again, just a little behind last year's pace. Well above average now for the 5th consecutive year. So 5 straight years of warmth and wet compared to the average. As far as the first day of 2020 coming up on Wednesday, we're going to start the day with clouds, as you would expect in early January, maybe even a stray flurry before daybreak. But by midday and afternoon, I think the sky's going to clear. It's going to be a pretty nice afternoon. Pretty decent for the first day of January. We'll be a few degrees above average. Now, the winds will still be frisky, making it feel a little bit cooler than it actually is. All right, second day of January on Thursday. Some school districts do resume classes on Thursday. Some wait until the following Monday, but if the kids are heading back to school in your district on Thursday, a sunny start to the day. The afternoon will feature an increase in clouds, but will stay dry. Rain then pushes in Thursday night, and plan on a pretty soggy day on Friday with showers off and on. This is the 6 to 10 day outlook, showing a pretty neutral looking pattern here locally. The cold snap we've been talking about for the middle of next week is not looking as cold as it looked previously. We're going to be near average, and for early January, that's of course cold outside. You'll need the winter jacket, but it does not look as far below the average as it looked like in previous runs of the modeling. So some pretty standard issue, run-of-the-mill early January cold, middle of next week with highs 30 to 33 for a few days. Beyond that, though, as advertised, really no change in the ideas here for the longer ranges. We get into the 10th to the 15th, maybe even as deep into January as the 20th. It looks very balmy east of the Rockies. This could be a pattern that produces a lot of 40s and even 50s for daytime highs. In the middle of January, climatologically speaking, our coldest time of the year. All right, this is the Climate Prediction Center, part of NOAA. Their January outlook for temperatures showing high odds of above average temperatures in the deep south and decent odds of a below average month temperature-wise in the Intermountain West. This is the government forecast. I don't think they're aggressive enough with the warmth out here, including in our area. So I drew my own map. This is my forecast for the month of January. I agree that it'll be warmer than average by a fair margin in the deep south. But up here, I do think it'll come out in the wash as warmer than average, owing a lot to the middle of the month. Now, cold may try to return at the very end of the month, but I just do not see much in the way of sustained cold from about the 8th, 9th, 10th of the month through at least the 18th, 19th, perhaps even 20th and beyond. I just don't see any evidence on any model product that cold will have any staying power. It's going to maybe visit a day or two here and there, but really don't see a whole lot in the way of evidence that cold will stick. Now, I did go ahead and include the Climate Prediction Center precipitation outlook for January because I think it's reasonable, showing decent odds of a wetter than average month across the Ohio Valley up into our area as well, and higher odds of wetter than average down across the Tennessee Valley. So not a very cold month compared to the average, but probably fairly unsettled with a busy storm track. A lot of times that's going to mean just some chilly rains. Sometimes that might mean some mixed precipitation. And it snows every January. It's going to snow at times this January as well. But if it is as warm mid-month as it looks like it's going to be, I think we'll end up having a January that will not be particularly noteworthy in terms of snow. That's the way it looks right now. Thank you for checking out Weather for Weather Geeks here on this Tuesday and throughout 2019. I am working tomorrow on New Year's Day, so we'll do Weather Geeks on your Wednesday evening. If you are celebrating the new year tonight, be safe, have fun, and have one for me. I'll be here at work and on 21 News at 11 o'clock tonight. Have a great Tuesday night.